It was only 11 short months ago that I brought you a brilliant review of the then new Zhiyun Weebill 3, and it's now time for an update. And yes, that is the correct way to say it, Zhiyun, and I've been saying it wrong my entire life, thanks to this video.
Zhiyun. So the pronunciation is Zhiyun. This is a really funny name because for foreigners, this is basically impossible to pronounce.
Zhiyun.
Zhiyun.
So this is the all-new Weebill 3S, and it's an upgrade over the Weebill 3, but you're not going to get massive flip-out screens or anything crazy with this. If anything, I'd say that this gimbal is more a refined, maybe even slightly watered down, and some features were removed version of the original Weebill 3. So let's check it out. I received the combo, which comes in a significant box, and the headline is this cylindrical carrying bag that is a little out there. It's a backpack. It looks nice, has a bottom compartment that zips away, but it did take me a few attempts to pull the gimbal out of the main pouch. It's all padded with straps inside, and I'm sure after some practice I'd figure it out, just like those who buy Lotuses eventually do figure out how to climb in and out of one. In terms of accessories, you get the expected stuff. Mini tripod, the extendable sling grip and wrist rest, and some mounting hardware and 2 mounting brackets. Putting it all together, this is simple enough, although with the 3S there is a quick release bracket that snaps into place for the sling grip, and the mini tripod screws into the bottom of the grip. Gone is the no mini tripod ability of the Weebill 3, but this does make for a more secure parking position for your gimbal, which will probably have some expensive gear attached to it anyway. The wrist support is part of the version 2.5 of this innovation, and it comes with more adjustability. Not only can you rotate where the support is, but using a small knob you can raise or lower it like you would a driver's seat in a car. It's a pretty creative way to make this support fit a wide variety of arm sizes and allow for varied positioning. In addition, the padding itself is rubberized but softer than the padding on the original Weebill 3. The extendable sling grip is likewise updated. Now you have tilt control, pan control, and you can even use 4 Allen keys to adjust the angle of the arm. It's extendable just like the original, and it adds quite a bit of stability to the overall gimbal. And with this handle and the wrist support, what you are getting is many options for holding your camera setup. If you are shooting all day, being able to switch from one grip to another grip is going to be a lot less fatiguing. The main handle grip is nicely executed. It's grippy on all sides. There is a USB-C port here for charging, which can be done via PD fast charging. With 2 hours of fast charging, you get 11.5 hours of runtime, which is plenty, more than what I'd want to shoot in a day. There's a scroll wheel that you can turn with your index finger, a trigger button above that, and a very familiar screen and button layout on the other side. Everything is easily accessible with your thumb if you are right-handed, and on the left there is a power menu and another scroll wheel to control the light. As far as the gimbal arms, they are made of some metal and some composite material. They feel sturdy with axis locks in 3 spots. At the top there is a light that is bi-color and can be adjusted in terms of brightness and color temperature. It's not the first time that we've seen this, so it is a carryover feature. Here there is a USB-C port for controlling accessories, and what you don't see is that this gimbal now has Bluetooth shutter control, so you can start and stop your recordings using the gimbal buttons without connecting it to your camera physically with a cable. The mount plate is a bit different as well. It's what they are calling a quick switch plate, and it allows you to remove your camera with the mounting plate and then reattach it to capture vertical video. This is great as you don't have to rebalance your camera as long as you don't have an overly heavy setup. So this new gimbal is compatible with a wide variety of DSLRs and mirrorless cameras, full frame especially. You can get some pretty heavy camera and lens setups on this thing. The official payload capacity, I don't know, and they're not gonna ever release it, I don't think. So normally what I would do is I would put my heaviest camera setup on it, which happens to be the A7C and then the Sigma 85mm f1.4, but I have a friend of mine who's borrowing that lens, so I decided to go a little crazy. And I tried balancing that 4-pound Viltrox Cine lens that I just reviewed on my FX30, and impressively, this 2,892 gram setup, which is 6 pounds 6 ounces, balances, and this gimbal has enough torque to keep it level and smooth. Well, there is one problem. The gimbal arm is a little too short for how long and front heavy this lens is, so it does butt up against the back. Still, an impressive payload capacity of, I'm going to say, at least 6 pounds. So let's take a look at some stabilized video footage. Now, my brother recently bought an electronic motorcycle thing, so I said, hey, let's go film that. So I took my FX30, my Sigma 18-50, and this gimbal out, and here's what we got. So from a stabilization standpoint, this new gimbal certainly works. This is using Zhiyun's 10th generation algorithm for stable footage. And the thing that I like most about that is you can actually fine tune everything to a great level of precision on the back screen using the menus. So you don't have to go into an app, you don't have to mess with your phone, you don't have to connect via Bluetooth or via a cable. You can do all of the fine tuning on the back. And what I typically do is when I set up a gimbal, I will increase the deadband by a considerable amount, which means when I rotate the gimbal, there's a big space where it just won't rotate whatsoever, even in pan follow mode. And then the second thing that I do is I'll slow down that panning speed by quite a bit. And what I've found over the years is when you do that, you get rid of a lot of those side-by-side little quick shakes or camera movements, and it makes the overall footage, at least in pan follow mode, look a whole lot smoother. The hardest thing for a gimbal to stabilize is running footage, and you can see in this shot in which I am sprinting while holding the gimbal, it's not perfectly smooth. There are some little shakes up and down from my non-ninja running skills. And this is also because I'm zoomed in quite a bit at probably 35mm or so, which does make things even more challenging. But this little camera shake can be eliminated if you turn on active stabilization on a modern Sony camera at the expense of a slight crop. In all other situations, however, where you can walk smoothly, this gimbal is just as smooth as the best ones that I've tried. And it's comfortable. The improved handle and especially the wrist rest is a noticeable improvement, especially if you're trying to get low shots in low slung mode. It doesn't get in the way as the original Weebill 3 did. And although I thought I would miss the original Weebill 3's larger base and its ability to just sit on a table without the little mini tripod, I don't. This new model has less bulk at the bottom of the gimbal, and the fact that it has a quick release to remove the handle and the wrist rest is a nice thing. The only one thing that I wish that they would have carried over into this Weebill 3S is that little handy magnetized metal thumb screw tool that would have sat right here at the bottom of the top bracket. It was just so convenient to have it there, and that way I didn't have to carry around something like a tool. It is a solid gimbal overall. If you already own the Weebill 3, I don't think there's enough here to push you to upgrade, but if you don't have a gimbal at the moment, or if you're looking for a bigger, stronger, better, newer one, then this one should be added to your shopping list. As this gimbal is releasing today, I don't have specific exact pricing in US dollars, but I can tell you that ballpark combo kit is going to run about $400. Zhiyun is also launching the brand new Crane M3S today. And I've been testing that one for the last couple of weeks, so I'll have a video coming out about that in a couple of days. So take a look at that if you're looking for something like this, but in a smaller package for a smaller payload. Special thank you goes out to
Zhiyun
for sending this gimbal out for review and for continually innovating their products in under a year. It's truly fascinating how quickly they could update and make changes to these and release new gimbal models. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. What is your favorite gimbal? Are you looking at something like this? Always curious to read those. Stay tuned for more. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.